You are watching an ORACLOUD Plus Training as a Service video snippet. Snippets are concise, targeted tutorials explaining how to use, configure, integrate, deploy, and support Oracle's Fusion Cloud applications. Snippets are delivered via FAST, the Fusion Application Support Tool. FAST is accessible via the web at www.oracloud.plus. No more watching hours of Learning Path style videos to get to the 5-minute snippet you need. Learn Oracle's Fusion Cloud applications in minutes, not hours. Hello and welcome to the My Receipts Overview video presentation. This video is intended for beginners looking to learn more about Fusion's Purchase Receipts application, or what's also known as a functional work area. It explains the what, where, when, why, who, and how for Fusion's Procurement Cloud My Receipts application. This video snippet, as with all ORACLOUD Plus video snippets, can be found within FAST, our Fusion Application Support Tool, within the Procurement Cloud Training Group and the My Receipts Training Center. To request access to FAST, email us at access@oracloud.plus. Put your name and contact information in the body of the email and set the email title to be FAST request. Okay, so key topics are as follows. What is a purchase receipt? Purchase receipt types and subtypes. When are receipts created? So that's within the FPC or Fusion Procurement Cloud flow. How are receipts created? Where are receipts created? Who or what creates receipts? And then lastly, why are receipts created? So let's get started. So what is a purchase receipt? Well, a purchase receipt is a system document and is used to track what has been received and its quantity and quality at desk or dock. It's used to control the purchasing and most importantly, settlement of products and services for external suppliers. And we talked about that a little bit in the purchase orders video overview as well, around matching and settlement. So purchase receipt types and subtypes, no surprise here, they really mirror the purchase order types and subtypes. So you have largely goods receipts and services receipts. The goods we subdivide into inventory and non-inventory. And the services we really do by quantity, or what we'll call a variable rate. So it varies based on the number of those, in this case, hours, months, whatever. Or fixed rate, where it's a dollars or a draw down amount only if you're a PeopleSofter. So those are different types and subtypes of purchase receipts. Okay, so when are receipts created? So we're back to our Fusion Procurement Cloud one slide or single slide overview flow. And so within procurement, there's always two services, purchasing and sourcing. So on the top, you see purchasing services. So the requester is going to go in, find some content, add it to their cart, submit approval, auto-gen an order, and the requester or the docs will receive that item. So that's where the receipt is created there. When you get into sourcing, meaning that somebody looks for that item, can't find it, so they're now going to these services, the sourcing services along the bottom. They may do one and or more of those, so may get a supplier, do some non-financial contracts or create them, negotiate, create a contract. That contract output may get enabled, but then there may also be a purchase order. If there's a purchase order right next to that purchase order, there will be a receipt of that at desk or dock. So that's two places where receipts would get created in Fusion or in Procurement Cloud. So how are they created? These are pretty simple. They're usually manually created, whether it's a service receipt or a goods receipt. Like I said, multiple locations. We'll talk who or where in a minute. But they could also be auto-generated from ASNs, or what we call advanced shipping notices. Okay, so where are receipts created? Well, as you can see on the box on the right in Fusion, right? So you have this requesters, just like we've seen in all the other overviews. Requesters go to catalogs, add to cart, or you could have inbound recs from another application. They get submitted for approval, generated into an order, manually, automatically, what have you, and then they're received. But they're usually received, or almost always received, inside Fusion, right? They have to be there if they're going to be used as downstream approval for invoices, as well as accruing receipts, etc. Okay, so who or what creates receipts? Well, it's largely two groups. And we see here on the left, requesters, so at their desk, or warehouse techs, or you can also call them shipping and receiving. Warehouse might be more of a materials management type of term, inventory tech, etc. But the point is usually at desk or dock by someone that is at one of those two places. And then lastly, why are receipts created? Well, so first, you want to acknowledge the quantities. What do we accept? What do we reject? What gets inspected? And there might be a few other variations there. Then self-service invoice approval. So we've talked a lot about that, whether you're doing a PO or a receipt, you're going to use that receipt or the sum of those receipts and bounce them up against the invoice to make sure that you're not being overcharged. Okay, you're going to accrue uninvoiced receipts. So here we've got this big service. The supplier hasn't sent us or vendor hasn't sent us an invoice yet, but we really need to accrue the service. We can use a receipt to do that. And then one of the other important whys is to initiate a transaction in materials management or an inventory called a put away. So we've received something, and that something needs to be put away into inventory. It's why your requisition business unit often links to an inventory organization. It needs to know where it's being put away. Okay, so are you ready for the next video? Well, do you understand what receipts are, how they're created, when they're created, who or what creates them, and why? If the answer is no, then either watch again or feel free to reach out to me directly. You can see here on the left, that's my email address, and I'm always available to answer questions. If the answer is yes, great, then maybe you want to watch more video. So you can go to our playlist out on YouTube by going to YouTube and searching on ORACLOUD Plus Inc. Or you can go from our website to the tool we call FAST, the Fusion Application Support Tool, and you can access the full catalog of our Learn, Use, Configure, Integrate, Deploy, and Support videos online. So that's it for this tutorial. We hope you found it informative, and keep watching.